Okay, these are the two recordings that I made. One is a series of recordings that's sent to your disconnected 58224 phone, and the other is the video I was trying to send there, but the link was taking too long to create, so I put it up on Telegram. It's 586 megabytes. So anyway, I made an audio recording of that. So I've got two audio recordings to play for you now and then upload, publish, and put on Telegram also. I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium. I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium.
Power on. Bluetooth pairing. Bluetooth connected.
I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium. I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium. If you figure out what he meant, would you let me know, please? If you figure out what he meant, would you please let me know, dear? Thank you. I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium. I think Bill Hicks said throw around the calcium. There are a whole bunch of things I want to say to you, Paul. But I'm telling you in video if I can get the link created. You know, one of the things I did in the time we've been apart. But I was told, well, you were just too honest. I told you were so on. I was told you were drunk and a heavy smoker and all that. And I sent you the video saying that I drank so much I had to go to a tea unit. And when I was at Main Street in the last one. And then before I moved out of the last one, I got sober. And that's when I for several years, actually. And I told you this in another video, but I was told you received letters from me. God pretty much told me in song, and that you received letters from me that were devastating to me. And I never wrote you a personal letter that I can remember, but maybe a note to deathbed bird, and if your deathbed still in Newton, because, you know, 12 hours that you were still married. I was told that, well, I was told every time I found a back check or whatever, I had that as well for the FBI. And I do know they have, let's see, they're handwriting experts, and they probably have copy handwriting people. But that's the copy handwriting. I don't know if you remember the Christmas card you wrote me the year I worked there. You gave everybody a Christmas card. And everybody a gift card and a Christmas card. And my Christmas card said, Merry Christmas to you and yours, Paul. And that was hurtful because, you know, Richard Andy Jr. wasn't mine anymore. I separated from him. And I just thought it was kind of cold and impartial considering we loved each other so much. But that's when I recognized the envelope, the big envelope that arrived by FedEx,
There's a question in writing addressing my name, and it's from the bulky text that's plate is in there. I figured all the letters I've written to you, which were not personal, were there too. And if you had written a note to me saying, you know, leave me alone there or something like that, it would have devastated me. You know, I was going through a terrible time in the astroplane, relying on you to pull me through. And if I got a rejection from you at that time, I wouldn't have been able to go on. I don't know what would have happened. I don't know. Before that sense, the link was taking forever to create, so I sent the video to Telegram. 530 something megabytes, so it'll be a while uploading. I could try again. When I got my maintenance insurance of 50 grand, I started to travel to the tri-state area through Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota. Went to St. Paul's and Minneapolis. Here in St. Paul's. Trying to think. I think there was this nice hotel. I think that was St. Paul's, and I went to Macy's at the mall in St. Paul's. In Minneapolis, I think I stayed at a Holiday Inn. But I was guided to do it. I have the receipts for all my travel. I took notes. I wrote, I had an account with Mosso, MOSSO.com, and I used mostly text, so I had gone to space. I used mostly text, and I made probably hundreds of videos of my travels, and I was just going where I was guided, pointing out places, filming, with a webcam. I was talking, I had the webcam on me, in the seat next to me, and I was talking as I was driving. But I also had, let me think. I got addresses, I got license plate numbers, things like that. I did that off and on for a couple of years. I'm not sure of the timeline. The link was taken, I'm going to see if this works. I'm going to play these recordings onto my voice recorder and then try to upload the link to Telegram for you. I'll see if it works.
That was the first recording, and the second is the video. The audio of the video that I'm going to try to record the audio from the video that's uploading at Telegram that was too big to create a link to send you a message on your disconnected 5824 phone. I don't know if I told you some of these things or not, but I did write you a long letter with the hairy details not too long after the astroplane check started. Excuse me. And then it disappeared. I had bucket seats. And there's several pages. It just disappeared from my phone. There was one time I was being guided to think that you were quite poor or destitute. And I had got my alimony insurance. So I got $3,000 cash, and I put it with me. But I didn't know where to find you, or I just didn't get guidance on to where to take the money or anything, so I didn't get it to you. And then there's the brass desk plate. I told you that you had an Art Street address, you and Sarah. And there was a different woman living there.
dark hair, youngish, 35-ish. Because I'd driven by and seen her. She looked nice, she looked friendly and stuff. Anyway, I had this desk plate made at the place in the mall where you do engravings in the middle. It's gone now. And I put it in the side screen door. Probably with a note, just thinking of you or something like that. Try to keep it all professional because it's my understanding you were still married to Sarah. I'm trying to think what else. Well, I used to watch like the UPS trucks and other trucks around Walden Books and sometimes different places in the mall. I was guided to do it, and I would get the truck number, and if it had a DOT number, I'd get the DOT number, the time and the day, and during that period, the astroplane was quite cleared up by then. I mean, not as dark, but it was only maybe within 4 years of leaving work. But I used to sit at McDonald's where I used to have lunch when I was working, you know, across the street, and watch color-coded cars go by and mark that down. There's white, there's red, there's blue. I mean, that's been happening since I first became under such attack when I lived in the house in Linden Street. Sometimes I go on the porch, these different color-coded cars would come by. I guess it was mind control, color-coded. And people would, it was funny, because they turn their necks 90 degrees, just real sharp 90-degree turn to look at me. It was weird. But I was marking down color-coded cards and writing them down and putting them in usually greeting cards or some kind of, maybe note cards. I don't know what I did with them. I'm trying to think if I mailed some of them. I left one note like that. It seemed important, whatever it was. It was in a card, I think. And I left it at Westgate Mall, where you were working there, from there, down by Milwaukee. I think I'd mailed it to you and it was returned to me. But I thought it was important. I'm not exactly sure. But I delivered it to the woman. She told me to go put it on your desk. So it's the back room. The door was ajar, so I just dropped it on her desk. I never wrote you a personal letter. The Harry letter was about Harry. You know, I didn't write. When I worked, I had a journal. I'd write personal letters to you in my journal, like all the things I wanted to do to your body and stuff. Love things. I drink wine and sit and write the journal. I don't know if I told you some of these things or not, but I did write you a long letter with the Harry details not too long after the astroplane attack started. And then it disappeared. I had bucket seats. And there's several pages. It just disappeared from my car. There was one time I was being guided to think that you were quite poor or destitute. And,
it had begun again. So... Okay. I'll get this to... I'm gonna publish it on YouTube and then do a link to a link to Telegram. And I may upload the whole thing to Telegram also.